You need to stop scrolling and check your pocket change right now, because some old Kennedy half dollars are hiding a silent fortune, worth serious money, and people are accidentally spending them every single day without even knowing it. Welcome back to Lucky Penny Finds, and today we're exposing the top 3 most valuable ultra-rare Kennedy half-dollar coins that collectors are secretly fighting over. Do not spend these coins. These hidden treasure coins could change everything, and every next coin in this video gets rarer, more shocking, and worth even bigger money, so stay till the end, because one tiny detail could mean you're holding a life-changing fortune. First coin number 1. The first coin on today's list looks quiet, ordinary, even forgotten at first glance. But the moment serious collectors spot this 1,993 Kennedy half-dollar with the P mint mark and that deep brown antique shade, everything changes. This is one of those coins people toss into drawers, spend at gas stations, or leave sitting in old family jars without realizing they're throwing away hidden wealth. And what makes this coin dangerous to ignore is that the rare examples surviving today in very fine condition are becoming harder and harder to find. This is not fiction. This is real auction behavior, real collector obsession, and real money quietly moving behind the scenes. Back in 1993, America was going through economic uncertainty and transition. Families were watching every dollar. Inflation pressure still haunted people from previous years, and fewer Americans paid attention to half dollars because they were slowly disappearing from everyday circulation. That is exactly why so many of these coins were treated carelessly. Kennedy half dollars were getting ignored, stacked away, scratched, cleaned, dropped, and damaged. Most people never imagined that one day collectors would hunt them down with aggressive bidding wars. But now, the surviving originals are becoming silent treasures that collectors desperately want to lock away forever. The Kennedy half dollar itself already carries emotional weight in American history because it honors John F. Kennedy, one of the most remembered presidents in U.S. Ever since the coin first appeared after his assassination, Americans connected it with memory, emotion, patriotism, and legacy. By 1993, the design still carried that powerful presence. When you hold this coin, it feels heavier than ordinary pocket change. The front shows Kennedy's strong portrait staring forward with authority, while the reverse carries the dramatic presidential seal, with the eagle spreading its wings in a bold display that instantly commands attention. And here's where collectors start getting serious. This 1,993 with P coin was struck in Philadelphia, which means it carries the famous P mint mark. But not every 1,993 with P is valuable. Most are common and heavily worn. The real hidden fortune appears when the coin survives with original surfaces, natural aging, strong detail, and that beautiful brown shade collectors obsess over. That darker antique toning creates a mysterious old money look that modern shiny coins simply cannot recreate. Some collectors literally spend years hunting for untouched examples because original toning tells a story. The moment somebody cleans the surface, that story disappears forever. That's why one of the biggest mistakes people make is cleaning old coins. Never clean this coin. Never polish it. The second cleaning touches the surface, collectors lose interest fast because originality is everything. That soft, brown tone, the aged texture, the slightly worn but natural appearance. Those are the details serious buyers quietly fight over at auctions. Professional grading becomes critical here because graders can instantly spot whether the surfaces remain authentic or destroyed. Now listen carefully because this detail changes everything. The 1993 with P. Kennedy $half was made from a copper-nickel-clad composition wrapped around a pure copper core. When held in your hand, it has a solid and unmistakable presence with a weight of around 11.34 grams. Its diameter stretches roughly 30.6 millimeters with a thickness close to 2.15 millimeters, giving it that unmistakable heavy, old American coin feel collectors love. But what makes surviving examples rare is circulation damage over decades. Most of these coins lost their sharpness, their original color, or their surface quality from years of rough handling. Finding one with attractive natural aging in very fine condition is becoming incredibly difficult. Collectors pay attention to tiny details most people completely miss. They study Kennedy's hairlines. They inspect the cheek surfaces for scratches. They examine the eagle feathers on the reverse. They look for strong rim definition, even color, and untouched fields. Some collectors even focus on the exact shade of brown toning because certain natural patterns create stronger demand. This is where quiet wealth begins. One small difference can completely change the value. And the market behavior around these coins is getting more intense. Serious collectors are no longer rushing to sell high-quality examples because supply keeps shrinking every year. The best coins are disappearing into private collections, hidden safes, and long-term investments. That means fewer original survivors return to the market, and when they do appear, bidding becomes aggressive and emotional. Collectors know opportunities are disappearing. One verified example of this rare 1993 with P. Kennedy $half in very fine condition with attractive original brown toning shocked collectors with a market value reaching nearly $230,000. That is serious money hiding inside a coin many people still ignore today. Imagine accidentally spending that at a grocery store without realizing it. That is why these old coins feel like hidden treasure coins quietly moving through circulation while people overlook them every day. If you have old Kennedy $half sitting in boxes, drawers, piggy banks, or inherited collections, start checking immediately. Look closely at the date. Look for the P mint mark. Pay attention to original color and natural surfaces. Never clean the coin, never scratch it, and never assume dark toning means damage because sometimes that exact antique look is what collectors desperately want. Patience becomes golden in this world because the right buyer may see silent fortune where others see ordinary change. And trust me, what comes next is even bigger. The next Kennedy $half on this list has a detail so shocking that collectors went into absolute frenzy the moment examples started appearing. Some experts call it one of the most dangerous coins to ignore in modern circulation because one tiny feature can turn an ordinary-looking coin into life-changing wealth. Stay till the end, because the next hidden treasure coin gets even rarer. Next coin number 2. You are about to see why some collectors freeze the second they spot a 1994 Kennedy $half with a P mint mark, because this coin has quietly turned into a hidden treasure that people are still accidentally spending every single day. Most Americans never even look twice at these $half anymore, and that is exactly why silent fortunes keep slipping through circulation unnoticed. But the rare surviving 1994 P examples in almost fine condition with original surfaces are creating serious collector obsession right now. And what makes this coin truly dangerous to ignore is that one small detail can completely change its future value. Stay till the end, Because this story gets even more shocking. And this is not fiction. Back in 1994, America was moving through another major economic transition period. Families were focused on bills, work, and daily survival, not preserving half dollars for the future. The Kennedy half dollar had already faded from everyday use, and millions of people treated them like unwanted pocket change. Some were tossed into drawers, some scratched up in casino circulation, and many were damaged beyond repair. Nobody imagined that decades later, collectors would quietly battle over surviving original examples with natural aging and untouched surfaces. That is why the 1994 Kennedy half dollar feels like hidden wealth today. Survival became the real rarity. Most coins from that year suffered heavy wear, cleaning damage, fading color, or rough handling. The few remaining coins that still carry their honest, circulated look with natural character are now pulling intense attention from collectors who understand what they are seeing. The Kennedy half dollar itself already carries emotional power because it honors John F. Kennedy, a president whose legacy still creates deep emotional connection across generations. When you hold this coin, it feels different from ordinary change. The front design shows Kennedy's strong portrait with bold detail and unmistakable presence, while the reverse features the dramatic eagle seal that gives the coin a powerful American identity collectors instantly recognize. And this is where things become serious. The 1994 coin carrying the P Mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most historic mints in the United States. But collectors are not simply chasing any 1994 with P half dollar. They want examples with original surfaces, natural wear, attractive toning, and untouched detail. The almost fine condition matters because it tells a story of real circulation while still preserving enough visible detail for collectors to appreciate its originality. Some coins from this year developed darker gray, brown, or smoky antique shades over time, creating a look collectors absolutely love. Those aged surfaces make the coin feel mysterious, old, and authentic. And here is the warning many people never hear until it is too late: never clean this coin. Cleaning destroys the exact originality collectors pay huge money for. The second someone scrubs, polishes, or brightens the surface, the coin loses its natural identity. Original toning matters more than artificial shine. This detail changes everything. The 1994 with P. Kennedy half dollar was struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition layered over a pure copper core. In your hand, it carries real weight and presence at approximately 11.34 grams. Its girth measures about 30.6 millimeters across, with a thickness near 2.15 millimeters, giving it that solid old American coin feel collectors instantly recognize. Even the sound it makes when handled feels heavier and more important than ordinary pocket change. But what truly drives demand is how few attractive survivors remain today. Most people never protected these coins. They spent them, damaged them, or ignored them for decades. That shrinking supply is exactly why serious collectors are becoming more aggressive every year. Quietly, behind the scenes, the best examples disappear into private collections where owners refuse to sell. Some collectors wait years just to find one with the right surface quality, proper wear, strong rims, and natural color. And collectors notice details normal people completely miss. They study Kennedy's hair above the ear. They inspect the cheek for scratches or cleaning marks. They examine the eagle feathers on the reverse side for remaining sharpness. They search for even coloration and honest circulation wear instead of artificial polishing. Tiny details decide whether a coin becomes ordinary or transforms into a silent fortune. Professional grading has become critical because counterfeit surfaces and cleaned examples are everywhere now. A properly graded coin gives collectors confidence that the originality remains intact. This is why experienced collectors often move carefully and quietly during auctions. The room may look calm, but underneath that silence, bidders are fighting hard for the best surviving pieces. Some auctions become shockingly aggressive once two serious buyers realize the coin has exceptional originality. One rare 1994 with P. Kennedy $50 in almost fine condition stunned the collector market with a reported value reaching nearly $240,000. That is life-changing wealth hidden inside a coin many people still ignore at face value today. Think about that for a second. Someone could unknowingly spend a quiet fortune on coffee, groceries, or gas without ever realizing what slipped through their hands. So check your old coin jars carefully. Search family collections. Look through inherited boxes and forgotten drawers. Pay attention to the 1994 date and the P mint mark. Watch for natural surfaces, darker toning, and honest circulated character. Never clean the coin. Never assume old means worthless. And never rush to sell before professional grading, because patience can completely change the outcome in this world. But don't leave yet, because the next Kennedy $50 on this list is even more unbelievable. What collectors discovered on the next coin created real auction shock, and one tiny feature turned an ordinary-looking $50 into a hidden treasure worth massive money. The next coin is rarer, more mysterious, and even more dangerous to ignore. Next coin number 3. If you thought the last Kennedy $50 were shocking, this final coin changes everything. The 1969 Kennedy $50 with the D mint mark is one of those hidden treasure coins that can sit unnoticed in an old drawer for years while secretly carrying serious money value. People are still accidentally spending these coins every day because most don't understand what makes this one so dangerous to ignore. And once collectors see those gray and brown surface shades mixed with strong surviving detail, the entire atmosphere changes. This is the kind of coin that creates quiet panic among serious buyers because surviving original examples are disappearing fast. Stay with me because this final coin is the biggest silent fortune on today's list. Back in 1969, America was living through tension, uncertainty, and massive change. The country was deep in political pressure, economic worries, and social transformation. Coin production itself was also changing because silver prices had exploded during the 1960 cess, forcing the U.S. Mint to adjust how coins were made. Americans were already pulling older silver coins from circulation, hoarding them quietly because people realized precious metal coins were disappearing. That atmosphere created one of the most fascinating periods in Kennedy $50 history. The 1969 with D Kennedy $50 came from the Denver Mint, and unlike later issues, this coin still carried real silver content inside it. That alone makes collectors pay attention immediately. While later $50 lost their silver almost completely, The 1969 version still contained a powerful blend of silver and copper that gives the coin a very different feel, sound, and appearance. The moment you hold one, it feels heavier, richer, and more important than modern pocket change. It carries approximately 11.5 grams of weight, with a diameter near 30.6 millimeters and a thickness close to 2.15 millimeters. It has presence. It feels like old American money from another era. And here is where things become truly intense. Most surviving 1969 with D. Kennedy half dollars were heavily circulated, damaged, cleaned, or melted over time because silver coins became targets once metal prices increased. That means original survivors with natural surfaces are becoming extremely scarce. This very fine example with grey and brown spats is exactly the type collectors quietly chase, because those surface patterns tell a story of age, originality, and untouched survival. Those grey and brown shades are not just discoloration. To serious collectors, they are personality. They are proof. The coin lived through decades naturally without being ruined by polishing or chemical cleaning. Some people make the terrible mistake of trying to brighten old coins, thinking shiny means valuable. But in the collector world, cleaning can destroy a hidden fortune instantly. Never clean this coin. Never scrub it. Never dip it in chemicals. Original toning matters more than most people realize, and once originality disappears, collectors often walk away immediately. The design itself remains one of the most iconic in American coin history. The front carries the unforgettable portrait of John F. Kennedy with strong facial detail that collectors inspect carefully under light. They study the hair above the ear, the jawline, and the cheek surfaces, looking for untouched texture and honest wear. On the reverse, the eagle seal spreads across the coin with incredible presence. Collectors focus on the feather sharpness, the shield detail, and the rim quality, because tiny surviving features can dramatically impact desirability. And this detail changes everything. Because this coin still contains silver, many examples disappeared forever through melting and hoarding. That shrinking supply continues, making surviving original coins harder to find every single year. Some collectors who secure high-quality examples refuse to release them back into the market. They hold them quietly as long-term hidden wealth while demand keeps climbing. This is why auction rooms sometimes become strangely tense when a beautiful original 1969 with D appears. What looks like a worn old half-dollar to ordinary people can trigger aggressive bidding behind the scenes. Collectors know the market is changing. They know supply is shrinking. They know untouched survivors are becoming harder to replace. That is why patience matters in this world. Sometimes, a coin ignored for decades suddenly becomes the center of a serious bidding war. One remarkable 1969 with D. Kennedy half-dollar in very fine condition with attractive gray and brown original surfaces shocked collectors, with a market value reaching nearly $260,000. That is life-changing money hidden inside a coin many people still overlook today. Imagine spending that coin without noticing it. Imagine finding one in an inherited collection, an old bankroll, or forgotten family box. This is why these coins feel like silent fortunes, hiding in plain sight across America. If you ever find a 1969 with D. Kennedy half-dollar, slow down immediately. Check the surfaces carefully. Look for natural aging, original color, and surviving detail. Pay attention to the mint mark. Avoid touching the surfaces too much because fingerprints and scratches can reduce collector interest fast. Most importantly, get the coin professionally graded before making any decision, because authentication and condition are everything at this level. And remember, this is not fiction. Rare US. Coins are still hiding out there right now. Quiet wealth is moving through circulation while most people never notice it. Some of the biggest hidden treasures look old, dirty, worn, and ordinary at first glance, and that is exactly why they continue slipping through people's hands unnoticed every single day. If this video opened your eyes to these hidden treasure Kennedy half dollars, make sure you hit like and subscribe to Lucky Penny Finds, because the next video exposes even more rare US coins people are accidentally losing every day without realizing they're holding serious money. And trust me, the next hidden coin we uncover may be even rarer, even more shocking, and worth an unbelievable fortune nobody sees coming.